all good for you to go.
Excellent. Thanks a lot, Joel. How long have I got, Joel? Quickly, sorry.
We can do like 10, 15 if you need it.
Dope. All right, wicked. Thank you. All right. One extra, it's your boy Ace. Now, you guys know I kind of just got back from Dallas, caught up with a lot of WWE superstars, but somebody that just missed me, flew past me quickly, and somebody I really wanted to catch up with is somebody that's on the line with me right now, the brand spanking new Raw Women's Champion. Hello, Bianca Belair. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I mean, it was a busy weekend, so I'm going to forgive you.
I'm in the zone when I'm at Wrestlemania. I'm so sorry. I charge my head, not my heart.
It's all good, man. Well, I mean, in a nutshell, it's going to be hard to in a few words, but like that weekend for you, what was it like?
It was an amazing weekend, but WrestleMania, it's always busy, it's crazy. We have so many appearances and interviews, but then along with that, you're trying to prepare to have a title match on the grandest stage of them all at WrestleMania in front of 70,000-80,000 people. So it's the biggest time of the year, but it's chaotic, but it's lovely.
I mean, that weekend is so important to all wrestling fans, and we watch the show so intently. We match up, which was the best matchup, who stole the show, all of those conversations happen. I mean, and your name always just gets thrown around in those conversations. Like, do you go out of your way to try and make sure that you're making everyone else look bad, or is this just something that just naturally happens?
Listen, it's not anything personal, right? I'm just out there trying to live up to what I preach. I'm trying to be the absolute best version of myself. So, I want my reputation to be that whenever Bianca Belair steps in the ring, it's going to be a great match. I'm going to show up, I'm going to show out. I love hearing people say, oh, Bianca has great chemistry with Liv Morgan or Doudrop or Becky Lynch or Bayley or Sasha or Charlotte. I want to have good chemistry with everyone. And, and WrestleMania, especially, I want to go out there, have main event caliber matches, and I want to be trending that night and along with the woman that I'm in the ring with. So that's always the goal. And that's everyone's goal.
The match was awesome, man. I don't even want to, I'm pretty sure you've been asked this before. I think it's an unfair question, but I'm going to ask you anyway. Like, how does it compare to the Mania you had with Sasha? You versus Becky, you versus Sasha. How did they differ, and what did each of those moments mean to you?
I mean, WrestleMania 37, I was the rookie in the game, and I was just coming in, just trying to prove myself and I was just grateful to just be there. But it was the main event, and for that to be my very first WrestleMania, it's just hard to put that into words. It was a feeling because in that moment, I felt like it was WrestleMania, but that moment was so much bigger than me. It was so much bigger than Sasha. It was so much bigger than the Women of SmackDown Men's Championship, of what it represented and how it's going to go down in history. And like I said, that night, nobody lost that night. I mean, I walked out as champion, but no one lost that night because of what it represented. And we won an ESPY off of that. So to then be going into WrestleMania the next year, I thought, oh, I've done this before. I've been in the main event. I'm going to be chill. I was so nervous for WrestleMania 38. But I always say when you're nervous, it means you care. But I felt like I wasn't a rookie. I was a WrestleMania main event winner, and Becky was a Miss WrestleMania main event winner. So it made that match even bigger too. So it was great, and it was just as good in a different way. It was about me redeeming myself. The story was completely different, and I wanted to redeem myself for me and in front of my family. And it was the biggest crowd I've ever performed and competed in front of. So they were just both great nights, and to go back to back at WrestleMania. Crazy.
I mean, I gotta ask, is this the beginning of a new streak? Because I mean. I mean, it's the beginning. I feel like this might be the beginning of a new Mania streak.
We trying to keep this momentum going. I got a good track record going, and I'm trying to keep my legacy. This is my legacy now. This is my reputation. So, I'm just making it harder and harder on myself now. So next year, definitely going to try to do a three-peat.
I've been alive in the flesh. That moment that you took was just like a heel to the face. Everybody around was like, oh, everybody was so concerned. Do you remember what was going through your mind when that happened, and how you were even able to finish the match? I mean, if guys that people say that wrestling's fake, go back and watch this. This was insane. And how painful was it as well?
I mean, listen, it's like a month later and I still have a little bit of like a shadow on my eyes still. It's crazy. I'm like, how long is this going to be here? But no, as soon as it happened, I was like, dang, Becky with the big boots, straight boots to the eye. Uh, but you know, your adrenaline is going and there's so much on the line, right? I mean, from out of the gates, Becky gave me the rock bottom, and I mean, she gave me everything she possibly had in that match, and that was just one more thing to add to it. And I had to go through that match with one eye, but as soon as it happened, yeah, I was like, dang, Becky with the big boots, my eye, man. But it's weird because I felt it, but after I remember her pinning me and I kicked out, and after that I kind of forgot about it. And I just had to push through because I mean Becky had tried to take everything from me at that moment. I mean, my throat, my hair, my eye, and I just kind of pushed through. And then I remember getting to the back and everyone's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, I'm fine. Was the match okay? Like the match was good, right? And they're like, "No, girl, your eye." And I was like, oh, my eye, I forgot. And yeah, but by that time it was already super swollen, but I just had to push through.
You got this ongoing joke on Instagram how you keep leaving eyelashes in in the in the ring. You probably thought they were talking about your lashes were gone.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I was like, oh, did I lose another lash? I'm always, but it's crazy because my lash didn't come off. I use like the whole bottle eyelash.
Oh, wow. You need an endorsement, man. They need to cut the check for that, man. Just like
listen, it's that Fenty mascara I've been using.
There you go.
Eyelashes on.
There you go. There you go. I got to say, I mean, back to your social media, man. We follow you on social media, and it just seems like you're having the best time in life right now. How much fun are you having?
I'm having so much fun. I'm super blessed. I'm happy. I'm healthy. I'm winning titles. I'm making money. I'm making memories with my husband. I'm traveling with my husband. I'm defending my title on Raw. You know, I just got to go back home. I had my first title defense back home in Knoxville, Tennessee, with my family there. I was the first person, I think, to defend my title from Wrestlemania. But I'm just living life. You know, I just had another birthday. So another year in the books.
Birthday blessings.
Yeah. So it's just great. I'm just blessed. I'm just so blessed.
I gotta say, man, I love my partner. She's amazing, but I couldn't go to work with her every day. I need that little bit of time off during the day to do what I gotta do, and like, no, I love her. She's amazing to me. She looks after me, but I couldn't travel every day, be on the road. I couldn't. But I love seeing you guys. It is just like amazing to see this black love. What is it like sharing a job and sharing your like everything with your husband?
Yeah, we share everything. I mean, we live together, we work together, but I met my husband in his business. So you know, I wouldn't ask for any other way. I mean, I'm on the road more days out of the week that I am home. So I couldn't imagine not being with him or, you know, being separated from him. But you know, we ride together. You know, I travel with Dawkins too, his tag team partner. So it's always us three. So Dawkins kind of like, you know, he's in the middle in the mix there, and I'm usually more so arguing with Dawkins more so than I am arguing with it's a really fun dynamic. But no, I always say I'm blessed to do what I love with the person I love, and we get to experience the highs and the lows together. I mean, WrestleMania was a super cool moment because the first night he was there supporting me, and the second night I was there supporting him. I was more nervous for his match than my match. But it's cool and it's fun, and we get to travel together and experience these things together, and you know, and argue with Dawkins along the way.
I gotta ask though, man, like what music is playing in the car when you guys are traveling? I need to know Street Profits and Bianca Belair. What are we playing in the car?
Man, my husband's a music guy. I mean, he's the one that always has the best playlist. I'm like, how do you get these playlists? I mean, and he's always like playing these new songs that I've never heard. I remember when I first met him and he was playing Her, and I was like, oh, wow. She wasn't even on the mainstream, you know, the mainstream yet. Yeah. And he was like playing her music before like a lot of people knew about it. And I was like, who is this woman? She's amazing. And then like, I think a few years later, she's on the BET Awards, and then like she started getting mainstream. So he always has like these artists that like he just has all the new music. But you know, he has all the new music.
Joe, we're gonna play some. Let's get into some Her right now. You got a favorite Her record that you like?
Oh, oh my gosh, what is the one he used to play for me when we first met? Now I want to call him in here.
Scream, babe.
Babe.
All right, this is a moment.
What is the name of that song? Oh, what is it? What is it? What is it?
I need to know. What did he use to get the heart of Bianca? What is the Her record? We need to know. This is a big moment.
Hold on, I'm trying to remember it. I hope he picks up the phone. Come on. Hey, you remember when we first met? You used to play me the song from Her. What was the name of that song? The one that I really, really liked. He just said it's 8 million songs of Her out. It was one that when we first met, you used to play for me.
Ask him his favorite one. What's his favorite one?
What's your favorite one? The one you play for me most of the time.
This is amazing content. I love this guy. I'm gonna send this to her.
Me. Focus.
I should have known that.
That was one of the main ones, but it was another one too, but that was one of the main ones. Okay. I'm on an interview and I had to call you. Hold on, I'm gonna put you on speakerphone. Say hi.
Yo, what's going on, Tez?
Hey, what's going on?
I'm sorry, it's early. It's early in the morning, right?
It's only 10 o'clock. I get up about 6:30.
He's a morning person. All right. I ain't gonna take my interview. Bye. I love you.
I like too.
Okay. That took
that
forever.
you have him in your phone as my husband. That's funny.
I
don't know why. I love it.
That's my husband.
I love that. All right, we're gonna get into Focus right now. Cool. We're gonna get back. So there you go. That was Focus, as chosen by my guest at this time, Bianca Belair. Actually, wasn't chosen by you. It was chosen by your husband, Montezford. Music and wrestling just goes together beautifully. I wanted to ask you guys. I saw you guys in the UK a little while ago, and there was a Q&A question. I didn't get to my question. My question was, how was it to perform at Rolling Loud? That's like a huge hip hop festival in the state, probably the biggest hip hop festival in the world. And you guys did a match out there in front of a load of hip hop heads. What was that like?
That was so much fun. I mean, even before we found out we were going to be performing at Rolling Loud, my husband and I, we were trying to figure out like what days we were off and could we buy tickets to go. That's our culture, and then that's what we grew up on, and we've always wanted to go. So to be able to be on the same stage with like some of our favorite artists and go on stage and just see that crowd and be in that environment and try to just translate, WWE over into the mainstream, into the hip hop, world, because, like you said, music and WWE go hand in hand. And we've had so many different artists, come to WWE events. We just had Migos at day one, and I got to meet Meg Thee Stallion, who I'm a huge fan of. And anytime, so many collaborations that happen with hip hop and music and WWE. So, but to just go over there and be in that world, I was talking with one of the fans and she described it perfectly for me. She was like, it was like both of my worlds like clashed together. It was, and I felt so at home in that moment. So I hope we can keep doing more events like that and just keep trying to, draw the eyes from our culture and our world and draw more of those eyes over into WWE, because it's me and Street Profits. You got Sasha Banks and Naomi, who are the first Black women's tag team.
Love that, man.
So many of us, represent the culture in WWE. So we want to bring our culture over into WWE even more.
Love that, man. Listen, I don't know if you know, you guys are coming to the UK in September, the Clash at the Castle. As a fan and speaking to loads of fans, I know how excited we are about having this first pay-per-view in the UK since the 90s. Like, it's been that long. How excited are you guys? What's the locker room saying about coming to the UK to do this big, massive pay-per-view show?
So we're so excited. I mean, it's the first time that WWE has had a stadium show in over 30 years, and we're coming back. And even with, Doudrop and Nikki ASH, they're so excited about coming back home. And for me, my first time ever traveling internationally, my first time ever getting a stamp on my passport was in WWE when I came to the UK. So I'm always excited to come back to the UK, and the fans, you guys are like some of the best fans ever and super passionate and super fun to be in a stadium with. But I'm excited about it, and to be able to put a stamp on the Clash at the Castle as a woman and throw down and have a women's match there and steal the show. I'm excited, and everyone else is excited. It's the biggest in demand event in WWE history. We already broke a record for pre-sale registration. It's already 100,000 people signed up. So everyone's excited.
Definitely, man. I mean, you're probably gonna have a few title defenses before then, but do you have any idea what it will look like in regards to what Bianca Belair's role will be at the Clash?
Listen,
in the castle.
I'm gonna have a couple of title defenses before then, but I have full faith that I'm still gonna be champion. So I'm gonna be there defending my title as Raw Women's Champion. So I'm trying to hold that title up and celebrate with you guys. So we'll see what happens in the future.
I mean, before you go, man, you've got a Raw Women's title, SmackDown Women's Championship as well. I mean, what else is there for you to achieve? What does the future look like for Bianca Belair?
Oh, there's so much more for me to achieve. As long as this is still bringing me happiness, and I'm gonna continue to do this, and this is gonna continue to bring me happiness. But, for me, it's just going out there and showing up and showing out, being a part of as many opportunities as possible. I have an amazing Wrestlemania streak going on that I have to keep going. I want to continue to build my legacy, and I also, like I always say, I'm at the forefront of another generation of women's wrestling, I feel like, and I've pinned 3 out of the 4 horsewomen. My goal is to pin all 4 horsewomen.
When is that going to happen?
Listen, last one is Charlotte Flair.
Yeah.
So, and I've always looked up to Charlotte ever since I got into WWE. I mean, her passion for what she does and her craft is amazing. And the 4 horsemen have done so many amazing things for women's wrestling. So to be able to get in the ring with them and compete with them and possibly pin all 4, that's one of my goals.
I got all the faith in you, man. EST, thank you very much for joining us on One Extra, and we'll see you in the UK at the Clash of the Castle.
I see you September 3rd. I see you.
There you go. Thanks a lot, Joe.